welcome to day one of SMPTE. I'm here with Jen Soule, who is the president of OWC and Otherworld Computing.
Yes.
So actually, Jen is our guinea pig. This is our afternoon, I guess, wine break.
Yes, why
so
not?
just chatting and drinking some wine. Well, thank you for coming.
For inviting me.
OWC is a sponsor of not only the conference this year, but of also the Women in Technology lunch, which happened earlier today.
It did.
Which is really cool. Can you tell me why it's important as a company to be supporting and sponsoring an event like this?
Well, sure. I think, a lot of our customers are obviously here, right? In the film industry, they use a lot of storage, they use a lot of our products. So being able to kind of talk to people one-on-one, see what they like to have changed. I mean, to have that direct interaction is so key, and you can hit so many people at once. I just think it's a great event for everybody to network and get together.
That's great. So you don't want to operate in a vacuum, you want to find out what the needs are and where things are going.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So I'll get to the trends in a second, but let's dial back to the lunch today, which was kind of amazing. It's a Women in Technology lunch, and Carrie Grubin was talking to Rachel.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah,
woman.
and tell me what you thought about it. I thought it was pretty amazing, but
I thought it was incredibly inspiring, and also a little bit reminds me that there's so much more I can do, and probably all of us can do. You sort of watch what she, all of the different endeavors she's gone through, including trying to run for Congress, which is certainly not an easy feat, as she noted. No. And she's really using her platform and her voice to help a lot of people, and I think that's so important. And it kind of, I do things here and there, but it kind of reminds me let's think about ways that I can have a bigger impact or more specific, rather than maybe giving to 18 things, really maybe investing in one or two.
You're in a great position, president of a company. I mean, did you have a mentor who?
I think like everybody, I had different mentors, people that kind of believed in me when maybe I didn't believe so much in myself, that are like, you should totally take that job, or why would you not?
Right.
So, and obviously, friends, the founder and CEO of the company, my husband, so really on down the line.
So it's kind of like a village that
I think it always
helped.
is, especially if you're a woman.
That's right. That's right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I think the whole lunch itself was very inspirational. Like, there was kind of a buzz in the room after, and everybody was like, "Yeah, what can I do?" And that's kind of that's the point. Success right there, when everybody's sort of questioning themselves about what they could accomplish and what they could help with.
And getting some of her feedback, like what are things that have worked for her.
Yeah.
So I was really, we work a lot with local school districts, especially supporting like college entrance fees, so nobody, it's that cost of that isn't a barrier to any of the students. And we do that for all the hard sciences. And so we're also sponsor the John Lennon bus, which I don't know if you've ever been, is a phenomenal experience.
No, I've heard of it, but I've never.
So it obviously goes all around the country, also stops locally. And so kids get to basically in one day write, compose, shoot video, and create a project, which a lot of kids will use for college entrance exams, again, that might not have another opportunity.
Sure.
So it's really cool stuff. And we're starting, this is the first year, I think we're going to be, I don't have all the details on it, but sponsoring an entrepreneur, women entrepreneur, basically conference. And so really trying to figure out the best way to help.
It's fantastic. It's very cool.
I feel like I went off a little bit this cold.
No,
all right.
It's all good. It's all good.
Excellent.
So let's talk about trends in storage and where you see things going.
Sure, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of cool projects that our products are involved in, and I think they're somewhat illustrative. There's a show called 100%, which essentially kind of talks to a bunch of different cancer survivors like Wanda Sykes or Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs, in how their life changed after a diagnosis, how they were able to bounce back. And so it's sort of a topic, near and dear to, the founder and CEO's mother died a year ago of breast cancer. So, and then my mother-in-law is struggling with it right now. So not everyone's going to have those stories, but to have some of them told.
Yeah, well, it touches everyone, so everybody does have a story to tell.
So they're basically shooting all their 4K content and storing it all in our Jupyter system. So, that, because they're basically each episode following one of these people is in a different city, a different location, so they needed something really, we're seeing that ultra portable and fast storage, because people just, there's not time, right? You got to break down, you got to get to the next episode, the next shoot. And so we're seeing that a lot. And I think sort of building on that, there's a movie coming out called, I think next year, called Grand Isle. And it's like a innocent man accused of murder kind of show. But the same thing with Jupiter, they're storing all their content there, all their behind the scenes. But then what they're doing is they're actually shooting and capturing onto our Thunderblade line, which is high-speed SSDs, basically external SSD. And so at night, they're actually able to get the dailies off because it's so fast and it connects right to the Jupiter via 10 gigabit Ethernet. And so, you know, those guys actually might get a little bit of sleep, which I'm sure they would appreciate.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're seeing really kind of in tandem, we're seeing our docks in use. And some of our direct attached, like our Thunder Bay line, it used to be 4 bay, now it goes up to 6. And so a lot of independence. You know, again, they need something portable and fast that rugged. They can take and rugged. Yeah. So that obviously is one apiece. And I think as we kind of evolve, we're getting more comprehensive in the solutions that we provide. So part of that is sort of looking at software as well as hardware. So a number of years back, we acquired SoftRaid. So it's a software RAID engine. And really the reason a lot of our customers like it is its flexibility because it's software. If you have a hardware failure on location, as long as you have SoftRaid installed on a machine, you can get out to all your data. It doesn't have to be in a specific case or in a specific environment. So that obviously is huge. And then it's just easy to kind of add additional storage. You can span your RAID volumes across multiple
So you can build it as you go.
Right, which is so important when you don't have, you know, unlimited budget. Very few people do. And so we're seeing, you know, that kind of being really really important, as well as it's not as sexy and exciting, but it also includes a like a drive failure detection that's better than a system hardware test. It's better than smart. Smarter than smart. And so essentially that has, you know, we've had a lot of people call, so like my machine is doing crazy things. I've been to like the Apple store or wherever they've been and nobody knows why. And like just download the demo, you know, like get it, run it, and invariably, even though smart says a drive is fine, it's not fine. You know, and so little things like that just are big time savers. And then like a little over a year ago, we acquired Media4, and they have a product called Mac Drive, which then allows you to be cross-platform with your data. So you don't have to, if it's Mac formatted and you plug it into a Windows machine, you can do everything you need to do with it. So just kind of looking for that way to tie everything together better over time.
Kind of evolving with the industry in a sense.
Right. People want something that's easy. That's not a new trend.
That's right. Yeah, but you know what? It's necessary.
It is.
And key. So
need another sip.
Yeah, me too. Well, seriously, thank you for coming by. I know you're under the weather.
Oh, no, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this was fun.